first, it played out like a two-bit vaudeville act. Former President Bill Clinton joined current President Barack Obama at the White House podium to talk about tax cuts. Then shortly after the show began, Obama looks at his watch, says, "That's all the time I have, folks. Here's your next act, an encore performance by President Bill Clinton." Well, needless to say, this sparked all sorts of speculation in the media. Now, one of the things that keeps coming up in the media in the last few days is how President Bill Clinton supposedly had a budget surplus to the tune of hundreds of billions of dollars. And it's a pet peeve of mine to hear that because it's just not true. Let's look at what really happened. From 1993 through 1997, Clinton ran annual budget deficits. In 1998, there was a $30 billion deficit in the operating budget. But instead of reporting the deficit of $30 billion, Clinton announced a $69.2 billion federal budget surplus for 1998. How did he plan to get away with that? Well, in 1998, the Social Security Trust Fund surplus, which was off budget and earmarked for funding the retirement of baby boomers, for the first time was large enough to offset the continuing budget deficit. So, Clinton simply took the $99.2 billion Social Security surplus for that year and subtracted the actual budget deficit of $30 billion to arrive at the mythical figure of $69.2 billion surplus for 1998. He cooked the books. Now here I give Clinton his fair due. We did have a $1.9 billion surplus for 1999. Now $1.9 billion is tiny when you consider that on average he ran deficits throughout his presidency in the hundreds of billions of dollars. But still in 1999 there was a very tiny budget surplus, which is still a surplus. However, Clinton was not content to just report the real but minuscule surplus to the public. Instead, he added the $123.7 billion Social Security surplus for 1999 to the $1.9 billion real surplus and reported the combined total to the American public as the actual surplus. So Bill Clinton was certainly better with the budget than the Bushes, and no one has ever been as bad with a budget as President Obama. And if you look at the deficit chart, it's flat around 2000, starts to dive during the George W. Bush years, and then we come towards the present day, and it looks like our current president might be taking our national finances on a suicide mission. But anyways, folks, there it is. The myth of Bill Clinton's big budget surpluses debunked. This is Jared LeBlanc with Maine Web News.